but the car's already lighter. Whoa, this is at the top of the mountain.
So the local search, number 20,
Exeter Reed Park into McPhillamy, and big damage to the right rear.
That was the car that was moving slowly earlier on. This is going to bring out not a full course yellow, but a red flag.
Red.
And you don't have small accidents up there.
Oh, yeah.
Witness marks on the road.
See, he's
How many times have we seen that?
Wide. So Exeter the Great through Reed Park. You can see the skid marks.
It's Adam Hargraves behind the wheel. A really experienced guy who's been here plenty of times in this race and others. So that's been quite a big impact.
The back end of that lovely chrome blue number 20 IRC car has been deranged significantly. Right rear suspension damage and potentially transaxle damage as well underneath there. But that has taken a big hit. And even just removing that car actually is going to be difficult, because that's not a flat toe. That's going to be a lift. That's a rollback.
We're going to take a look at this in a second as well and try and unpick what's happened at one of the most dramatic points of the road. So
four-wheel slide right over the grate, clips the wall with the right rear, and then it's broken, isn't it, already at this point?
So I think most of the damage happens a little bit further up the road here when it crosses. So it's obviously significant damage to the right rear. But then
that's speed. I mean, that's still a lot of speed.
That's 200 plus, and then I think we have more contact across the road here. So you don't have small accidents at the top of the mountain, because we often celebrate how much we love about the speed and the commitment required. But when it goes wrong, shows what happens when it does go wrong.
And he got on the brakes really early and locked everything up,
so
but he's hardly scrubbed any speed off at all there.
It's the energy that goes through the car on that impact there, that when you're rebuilding it, it's where you find things further up towards the front of the car that are damaged, that you go, well, that didn't even make any contact with anything. But the energy that goes through the car is immense, and that's a pretty graphic example.
We should add that these cars, John, are built to the full GT3 set of safety regulations.
Correct.
So in an impact scenario like that, there would be no difference to crashing a GT3 car. And you can see all the structure at the back of the car has done its job and crumpled. The expensive bit probably isn't that. It's what it will have done to the transaxle and the rear axle of that car, and probably the back of the chassis where that rear clip bolts on.
It's how far that energy went into the main cage. So if they can still bolt the rear clip up to the back of the cage, then that's going to be a good outcome.
You hope to dissipate that energy, and that is exactly what crumple zones do on your street car. Race cars, it's a little bit different, but you're hoping that some of that is going to be spread away. Looks like it might have even just popped the hood, the bonnet a little bit on its hinges. So that's, again, as Garth's saying, all the way through the car. Good news, and this is good news, is that the driver was able to open the door and get out. So the bit around the driver has done its job, and that's good news for safety. So now the team will be thinking, right, so we know that that bit's okay, what's happened behind that? And that's what they'll be at. Look, and again, remember, purpose-built racing car, they can strip all the body panels off, they'll be able to get right to the tube frame of that, Garth, and have a good look around and start getting the measurements on it.
Yeah, well, you'll have
straight.
It's 30 minutes left in this session, and that car will go back to the garage, and they'll have it stripped before the end of this session.
I'd say so.
Yeah, they'll have most of the damage off the car before this session's ended, and obviously with a view to trying to get back out for qualifying, but more importantly for the race tomorrow. So you make that assessment pretty quickly, and you'll probably have that assessment made in the next 45 minutes, whether, we can roll again today, or let's get ready for tomorrow. So a little bit wide coming out of the grate through Reed Park, and then that's concrete wall. There's no give there, but then it's when it swings around and makes contact with the inside wall towards McPhillamy Park.